We all know that bringing up our families can be hard work as well as being fun. Sometimes we might need some extra help and advice. This film will explain how parents can get help, advice and support when they need it, and how that support can help keep children safe. Children are happiest when they have clear rules and structure to their lives. It's important that all family members are involved in this, as children need consistency and guidance from all those who take care of them.
Many a time it's the mother at home who's looking after the children. The parents both need to play a role in the family, not only the mother. Sometimes our culture goes against it. Only the mother is looking after the child and the father is always working. No, it shouldn't be like that.
In a happy, safe, loving home, children will flourish.
The father needs to treat his wife kindly. So if the children are looking at the father, he is treating their mother kindly and he is kind towards them, they will see him as a friend. The father's role is to educate the child. Education at home is really important. The father needs to sit down with the children after school hours and go through their homework and teach them morals and good etiquettes.
It can be easy for parents to feel overwhelmed by all the demands made upon them in their busy lives. The important thing is to make sure you try to anticipate problems and plan to avoid them. For example, if your children have routines and go to bed early, it can be easier to get them up ready for school. And they'll get far more from their education.
Parents have a legal responsibility to ensure that children attend school on a daily basis and prompt good attendance also. To enable children to achieve good development, they have to attend education.
School is a place where families can get extra help and support if they need it. Teachers and education welfare officers are happy to make suggestions and provide support about how to make parenting easier. There is other support available too, from organisations like Action for Children.
Being a parent is scary business. You're facing different things, the challenges that you're having to face, and if you're on your own, it's even more difficult.
They can help with all sorts of things, filling in forms, suggesting people who can help you, or just providing a safe place to talk.
When someone's going through a crisis, their confidence is low. We help them look at the positives in their life and build on that. People of all backgrounds access our service. They want that little bit of support, and that's okay. It's nothing to be scared of. It's about a happy environment for the child, for every member of the family, really bringing the best out of them. How are you feeling from when we first came in?
All workers who work with children are safe. They're approved through a process called CRB checking. You have a right to ask anyone caring for your children if they have CRB clearance.
Being a parent can be quite challenging, particularly in relation to bad behaviour and how a parent can discipline the child in relation to that behaviour. But if parents are struggling to cope with, how they manage their children, there are agencies who can help.
It's a normal part of growing up to test boundaries and question a parent's authority. We've all seen bad behaviour from children of all ages and backgrounds, and it happens in every family. But giving in to children or smacking them will probably only make things worse.
Sitting down and communicating with your children is quite a positive thing to do. To discipline your children by smacking could be seen as inappropriate, which could then lead to possible intervention.
If you need to punish them, that will be as a last resort. It can never be first, straight away. And the punishment should never be carried out in the state of anger.
You could try these techniques instead. For example, distracting a child who's behaving badly with another activity, or speaking calmly but firmly to a child, making it clear you won't give in. Try to reward good behaviour. and set clear, consistent boundaries for your children that all those who care for them understand. Parenting workshops can help you manage your child's behaviour. Any of the agencies in this film can help you find out more.
This little boy, how do you feel about him?
He's not getting his own way, is he? He's sort of not so much anger, I would say, more frustration, that one.
Yeah. But thinking about the emotions that's going through, you'll probably see quite a lot of different emotions within your own family.
Yes.
And dealing with difficult behaviour is something that, you know, we have to work through. So then we have to think about the time out, calm down situation, and then giving the choices and consequences. Okay.
Your health visitor is a good source of advice.
There are a couple of things that I wanted to talk to you about, but before I start, could you tell me how he's doing? We provide advice and support around children's development, and that includes health, nutrition, education and safety. We also advise parents on parenting skills and caring for their children. I remember as a baby he never liked milk very much. No, he didn't. Usually we're attached to GP services. We work with the whole family because the family obviously has an impact on the child, and we're interested in the health of all the family members. We work with the whole age range, from women that are expecting to the elderly.
You know, you never can understand him. As a mother, I do understand what he says. But other than that, there's nothing. He doesn't say any sentence.
Right.
That's about it.
We visit families, and if necessary, and according to the health needs, we will refer them on to appropriate agencies, whether that be just our children's centres or in education and school health advisors. We'll fill this form out, and I wonder whether you could sign it for me, please. Okay.
Some people in the community sometimes worry that if they seek help, social care will get involved.
I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about what social workers actually do. I am aware that people in the community who we assess believe that social workers, when they do a visit, the intention is to remove the child. That's not always the case. It's to work with families to maintain the child in the home with them. Oh, good morning. Hi, it's Catherine O'Dean here, team manager. Social workers visit if the child is at risk of significant harm, if the child and or the parent is seeking accommodation for whatever reason, if the child has a disability, or if the parent or the child requires support and guidance. Significant harm means emotional abuse, could be physical abuse, could be neglect, could be sexual abuse, could be all four together. If a child is deemed to be at risk of significant harm, then obviously the child can't remain in the home with the parent. However, it is social workers' intention to always maintain the child at home with the parents where applicable, with support if required.
Is there any time that would be better for school?
But like all the other agencies mentioned, social care is there to work in partnership with families. Sure Start, Action for Children and Health and Education all work together during an assessment.
The family, of course, would be part of that partnership to determine future planning.
All right, thanks very much, Kath. All right, thanks, bye.
Families do have rights. They have a right to know what's happening. They have a right to know what's happening with their child. They have a right to attend meetings. They have a right to know who else is involved with the assessment.
Another place in the community where parents can get help, advice and support is the information point at the Children's Centre. They can help you find out about rules relating to caring for your children. For example, at what age you can leave a child at home alone or in charge of another child. Must they wear seatbelts when travelling by car? If you have any questions at all, it's important to ask someone, as your child's safety is your responsibility. Many people from the local community have been employed as workers.
Being a member of the community, having the same culture, you can relate with the family. There are certain needs that the family have, and you understand that.
You can be certain that you'll get a professional service from these workers.
If you're from the same community, people are a bit wary about you going into their homes because they're worried what they discuss with you is going to be aired into the community.
Both community workers and interpreters work to a code of practice, which means that your privacy is protected. Information is only ever shared to protect children or other individuals who may be at risk.
this way.
Confidentiality has to be maintained at all times. Families can be assured that information will not be shared outside their family home with other people in the community. It's only shared with professionals on a need-to-know basis.
We understand that some things can be very stressful for parents and families. Worries about money, housing, or just feeling isolated can really get you down.
There are times when people are coming to this country, leaving families behind, or even moving into a new area. They don't know what services are available to them. They're not confident enough to go and see other agencies or even make a simple doctor's appointment. We help them. We would accompany them to a doctor's appointment or to the solicitors or even the housing office. Basically providing moral support is what I would call it.
There are pressures that do cause families extra stress, and those are mental and physical illness in parents or children, domestic abuse, learning disabilities in parents and children, parents or children misusing drugs or alcohol.
Living with an extended family can also create pressure, as can expectations from others in the local community. If you can find someone to share your concerns with, it can make things seem easier.
The best way that they can safeguard their children is by talking openly and honestly about their worries.
Oh, strong. Okay, she'll have to be there.
But it's far better for them to seek that advice at the very beginning as opposed to it reaching a crisis point.
Don't be scared. We all go through times when we're not coping so well, and that's what we're here for.
Remember, all of us share the same ambition for our children, that they grow up healthy, safe and well educated, and become a credit to their family and their community. Any of the services in this film can help you enjoy your parenting more. So for advice, support and information, get in touch.